Hello and welcome to my in-game tickets guide for trial game masters. I'm head game master Sapient, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the commands you will be using while you are a trial, as well as how to deal with the in-game tickets properly. So first the commands. Here you have a list of all the commands you will need. If you type .commands in-game, a bigger list will pop up. But the thing is that 30% of them you won't be really using, and to be honest, I didn't use them as well while I was a trial. So the commands that you're looking at now are the important ones, which will help you fix the problems with the players. I will explain what every single command does. .ban info shows the ban history of the specific account, when was the account banned, who was GM, who banned him, what the reason was, of course if the account has been banned. This is a very helpful command because with it you can check if a player has already been banned for something that he is about to get banned again. If he has, then this is considered second offense, meaning that the ban time will be doubled. .on aura ID or .on aura all. This is used when a player has a permanent debuff not allowing him to move, aka he is stuck, or in many other cases. In this specific situation, you simply appear to him, of course, while being invisible. You click on him, type .on aura all, which will remove all the buffs and debuffs he or she has. If you would like to remove a specific buff or debuff, you will need its ID. In order to get it, I would recommend you to download an add-on called ID Tip, because it shows the ID of every spell, buff, debuff, mob, item, boss, NPC, etc. In the game. So in my opinion, it's a must-have, and I would highly recommend everybody to download it. .appear, this teleports to the player's location. You should type .appear player name in order to get the command working. .summon, this teleports the player to your location. It is usually used for teleporting people to the GM box, where they are being informed that will be banned or are just warned not to do something again. .recall, this is used to return the player where he or she was before he or she was summoned by a GM. However, if the player has been in a battleground, he or she won't be able to be returned. Instead, you will have to teleport the player to either Orgrimmar or Stormwind, depending on the faction. .revive, this command is used when a player can't revive for some reason. You appear to him while being invisible, of course, target him, and then use the .revive command. .kick, it kicks up a player from the server, usually used when a player is AFKing in a battleground. .mute, mutes the player for a specific amount of time, used when the player is not talking in English on world chat and in many other situations, of course. .unmute, pretty much self-explanatory, unmutes the player. Freeze, very good command. This command freezes the player. He or she can speak and cast spells but can't move. No spell can remove the freeze unless a GM removes it himself. If, however, a player is still moving while being frozen, then he is using a hack and should be banned permanently. The freeze command is used when you catch a player abusing or when you have teleported him in the GM box. .unfreeze, again, self-explanatory, removes the freeze on the players. .teleport, it is used to teleport players or even yourself to specific locations. How to use that command? You simply type .teleport, name, player's name, and then the location. So a quick example: .teleport, name, Sapient, Orgrimmar. This is everything you need to know about the commands you will be using, and now I am going to explain you how to answer different types of tickets. Alright, so here we have a ticket from a player called Pandomat, and he's saying, "Hi GM, today had one player from Alliance Tower buff. Although wrote him Alliance player and Horde player that he must unbuff right click. He bugged these buffs. Happily father. Name is Givrimak." As we can see, he is reporting Givrimak for having the tower buff. In this case, you should inform Pandomat this is just an example, of course. You should inform Pandamat that he has to make a forum report, because if Girimak decides to make a ban appeal, it'll be much easier for us to just check the report instead of asking you to give us the screenshots, waiting for a reply from you, and you pretty much get the idea. It'll be just much better in the long term. Alright, so on this next ticket from Willa, the player has a problem with his or her archaeology skill. A very common bug right now is the one where you can't level up some of your professions anymore, and in this case it has stopped at skill level 526. You should simply assign this ticket to a rank 3 Game Master or above, because he has the command to fix the problem. Alright, so tickets like this are very easy to be dealt with. The player appears to be stuck, and even though he has used our unstuck option from the website, he is still having the same problem. So what should you do? You should dot appear to him, target him, use dot on overall, and you're pretty much good to go. Also, there can be another situation where the player has fallen under the map. Then you will have to teleport him either to Orgrimmar or Stormwind, depending on the player's faction, and he will be unstuck. When a player is having problems with getting his Cloud Serpent riding skill, you should give him a link to the guide about the Cloud Serpent quest chain. If he still can't get the skill even after he has followed the guide, then you should assign the ticket to a rank 3 Game Master, and he will dot learn the spell to the player. When you see a ticket about the reward from the 50, 150 or 200 mounts achievement, ask the player to attach a screenshot to his or her ticket showing that he or she indeed has the required amount of mounts, and then assign the ticket to a rank 3 Game Master, who will summon the player at the GM box and give him or her the mount. For some reason, players think that we're responsible for fixing the in-game bugs, such as bugged spells, bosses, NPCs, quests, items, and pretty much everything that is not working as it should. We as Game Masters are not working with the server code, so therefore we are not responsible for fixing anything. If you see a ticket like this, tell the players that they should submit a bug tracker ticket. They must also check if there are any other valid tickets submitted already about this issue there, and if there are not, they can do so themselves. By submitting a bug tracker ticket, our bug tracker moderators will either validate or invalidate the ticket, and if it ends up being valid, they will inform the developers about the issue. You probably already know how to deal with tickets asking questions that concern the donation shop, if you have read the PandaChan's Game Master Handbook, of course. I'm just putting this here as a friendly reminder. So, when encountered with a ticket asking a question that concerns the donation shop, simply refer to our shop policy and answer their questions accordingly. If it's an issue of not having received their points, point them towards our shop support system. So that's about it, folks. Hopefully you have learned a thing or two and will be able to answer the in-game tickets from now on. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to ask me or the other Game Masters. We don't bite. Also, if you think that I have missed something, tell me and I will add it to the topic. And if you have an idea for another video, share it with me. We're going to discuss it and eventually make a video on it if it's, of course, a good idea. Thanks for watching, and until next time.